Hi, I'm Ian Fanton, Chief Client Officer for Harvard Business Publishing. I'm joined today by Susan Eeftink from Rabobank. Susan, we're so thrilled to have you with us today. Would you mind introducing yourself and telling us a little bit about Rabobank?
Yes, of course. And thanks for the invitation. Yeah, I'm working at Rabobank. I'm accountable for leadership development. Rabobank is a special bank because it's a cooperative bank. We are founded by farmers 125 years ago to do something they cannot do alone because they didn't have any access to finance. So they thought this clever plan to do it together. We have grown into one of the 3 largest banks of the Netherlands. In the global community, our footprint is mostly based on food and agriculture. And in the Netherlands, we always say 60% what you have on your plate today is financed by the Rabobank in any sort of way. Internally, we got a new CEO and 5 new board members who revised our strategy. Externally, we saw that we had a rough period of harsh regulation put on us. And what we saw behavioral-wise, that we were turning more internally focused. We were getting so complex because of all the regulations. We also lost a bit of our confidence as bankers, our entrepreneurial side, our rooted side in society. So we said we need a shift from the behaviors to realize our strategy. And we thought leadership is the enabler for that, to realize the strategy. As part of the program, we thought of this idea to also work with Harvard, with our managing board in the pressure cooker. And we asked them, be very specific on the values and behavior you want to enable our strategy. What is it you need? And you need to be specific and you need to be clear on that. Because otherwise, in our decentralized organization, it will just flow away and the energy will just go off. So we work with them on the new values and behaviors. And we made them very clear and very simple, like in, we are client-driven. And I take ownership. We did a survey amongst our leaders and we asked them, what are your needs? Because we have a lot of what we want from you, but what is your need? And they said, we need this outside-in context. We need more frameworks to think around these difficult topics. We need to be inspired. So the head is very important. And that's also why we contacted Harvard. And they also said, please make it practical and applicable to the Rabobank. And please make sure there is this commitment of all the levels. So that's where that's where my own team also stepped in. So I think this combination of parties also is one of the pillars of success. If you're an advanced leader in the Rabobank, you're at managing board -2 level. You're leading a team with other leaders or experts. So you have already some tenure in the bank. We have 1,250 leaders at that position. And when you start the journey, you will start with a leadership assessment, which we have made specially for this program because we wanted to be more of a 360. When you start your first base camp, you will meet your group, and that's a mixed group with colleagues of all the domains. Then you will start with some virtual elements. We'll deep dive in courageous conversation. We have a great thought leader of Harvard. We have a case study, and we do some panel discussions. And then we have also some application workshops. That's where the rubber hits the road, because then they need to apply everything they've learned. And then they will go into a field lab. And in the field lab, there we start creating some of these new cultural elements. So we're bringing experiments to life, which contribute to our values and behaviors. We're doing a lot of surveys on the results. And that's now how we literally try to work with our engagement scan, the questions from our values and behaviors, our culture, combined with the impact, and then see what's, the result of the program. Like if the world is so dynamic, try to be dynamic yourself as a leader. Try to be able to move to that performance side, just as easy as to go to that people side. And also expand your ways of interventions a bit. Like if your default position is more like on the people side, try to lead a little bit more from the performance side. What's happening then? Or if your default is more on the performance side, pay a little bit more attention to your people and your employees, because that's what they will also ask from you. We did a survey also amongst our employees, and what kind of leader will you work for? And they chose those two elements.